Hey, this here's Big Will, and I'm just bagging and boarding. That is pretty much it. Let's see. Copied, paste. All right, and there is the StreamYard link. If anyone wants to just jump in here, feel free. And hey, MLV, how you doing, buddy? Just bagging and boarding here. Got about 1,000 bags and boards, so I've got a few days of just doing a few hundred and doing a few hundred, and then I'll eventually have them all ready to go. See, what I mean by that is I like to have the bag and board already put together. That way, when I actually need one, I can just grab it and put the book in it. And I don't even have to fool with it anymore, you know? Hey, what's going on? We got Big O as well. So anyway, yeah, this is probably going to take. I did 100 during JB's pop-up. I put 100 together, and this is my next 100, and I'll probably do at least 300 today, and then that'll leave me with another 700 to put together. And I have one long box that's specifically just for bags and boards. So I generally fill up one long box, and I can probably fit all 1,000, I think, in the one long box. Because, you know, without a comic book, a bag and board just put together shouldn't take up much space. And, hey, Magoose dropped by. What's going on, man? So I figured one long box would take care of that. And I also like the plastic ones, not the BCW big thick black plastic ones, but the other kind, like Bueller, the company that Bueller sponsors, the plastic corrugated long boxes and short boxes. I like those better. That's actually all I have now. I've gotten rid of, well, except for one printed box that has Wolverine on it. Other than that, all my boxes are now plastic. They're just better to me. And Max Protection. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, you did too, huh? Yep. That's where I got my long boxes from, was that company. They're plastic, and they are amazing. I don't like the put together plastic of the BCW ones, and that, you know, having that top lockable thing is awesome, but it's also kind of useless because if someone wants to break into that, you know, even a 5-year-old that's got enough gumption, they can get in there. So I just have a regular box just made of plastic, and I don't have to worry about it. And yeah, I actually just use plain poly bags because most of what I get in either goes to sell, or as in it either goes because I sell it or it goes to CGC, you know, and gets graded. So I just use the cheapest bag I can, but I am an enemy of tape. Tape is an enemy of me. So all my bags are the resealable kind. And that's what took so long for me to get these. I've been out of bags for like 2 weeks because I had to wait for my shop to order them. And then they said they were backed up. So finally got them, though. Let's see. Switching to something like that. No. I mean, no, they're inexpensive. No, they're not expensive. The ones Big O's talk about are reasonably priced. And the plain ones that I have that are just resealable, they're not, but I think $1 or $2 more than the standard pack of 100. So yeah, no, you're not going to break the bank. And if you go to the company that Bueller recommends, the one Big O's talking about, and you enter in Bueller at checkout, I think you can save like 10%. So you can actually save yourself some money using Bueller's code. So, yeah. And I don't know if anyone's free or not, but up at the top, if you scroll up, I put the link in here just because I'm kind of bored and have a bunch of bags and boards to put together. And I also put in the description my PayPal information. At some point here in a second, I will show what I showed on JB's show earlier. That I got some stuff I got to move, so I'm willing to let it go on the cheap. So I'll show that here in a few minutes. Let's see. Yeah, I do too. See, oh, your shop doesn't carry those. Yeah, man, they are lifesavers. Oh, that too? Awesome. Free shipping's great. I understand. But yeah, man, okay, here's the thing that the thing people say against the resealable bag is that, yeah, but they're sticky. Well, it's a resealable bag. Duh. Of course it's going to be sticky. And you will lay a comic down on the sticky part once, and you will never do it again. Believe me, I made that mistake once, and I have yet to do it again. As long as you just are cognitive of which side is sticky, and you're good to go. But that little bit of extra concentration for never having to deal with the tape, I mean, I see channels, people show books all the time, and you can see they have tape on the bag, and they leave it on there, and they start moving the book out. It's like, are you crazy? You know, that can make $100 book $5 book. You know, if you get a good tape pull on it. Man, tape is the enemy. That's why when I ship you comics, most of the time there's little to no tape. And I think every one of you guys has gotten books from me. You'll notice I don't like tape. So once you initially get in the box, there's usually no tape. I'll just let you surmise. But yeah, man, I just over 20 years of dealing with collecting comics and stuff, I have just discovered tape is my enemy, and I will murder him as much as I can and try not to even have him around. See, Will, I've got a chance to buy Hulk 141. Oh, okay. For $20. It's got some creasing and color issues, though. Do you think first Doc Samson is worth it? Well, hey, man. Well, I can't tell you what to do because I can't actually see the book. But if I were to see a Hulk 141 that looks relatively nice for $20, I'd buy it. That's just me. And Ruben Guzman, hey, what's going on, man? We also got Pew Pew, Two Gun Pedro is in the house. What's going on, fellas? I'm just bagging and boarding stuff. And like I said earlier, when I say that, that's just taking a bag, taking a board, and putting them together. I feel taking the time to do this, it's sort of relaxing and also saves time when I need a bag and board. I can just grab one, they're already put together. So anyway, if you guys, I think most all of you are on JB's, I have a friend named BJ. On JB's little auction he did earlier today, you'll notice I had a bunch of stuff I put up for buy it now. Not a single person has claimed any of that, if any of you were thinking about it or on the fence. And I need it gone. So 3 of those were facsimiles. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I actually enjoy and love the facsimile. And the reason why, yeah. And the reason why I like a good facsimile is because for, well, example, this one right here. this actual comic, Brave and the Bold 28, it's the first appearance of the Justice League. And if you actually had that book, good luck spending less than $500 on it. And if you had a good looking copy, it's probably going to be well over $1,000 book. So do you really want to have that to show people? Do you really want to display that and have, possible fading on it? No, I don't think so. But you can spend like less than $50 and get one of these things. It's a facsimile. It's in 9.8, so it looks nice, and you can see, exactly what the older book looks like. The only differences on these is that when you look at where their prices are, they change them to the current price, so $3.99, and then of course there's the modern day barcode. That's the only difference. Even on the back, the ads of a facsimile, it's the old school ads. And even throughout the book, everything on the interior is the same. So I love a good facsimile, and I'm selling the ones that I showed for JB at $45 shipped. That's basically the cost of getting it graded and shipped. Anyway, there's the two others plus this one. And if anyone's interested, just hit me up. My information's in the description, but for the most part, I'm mainly just bagging and boarding stuff today. And I live alone, and most of my friends have jobs that are opposite, like third shift and stuff. So mainly most of my friends during the day are here on the YouTube machine. So I thought I'd pop on, say hey, just do this on a live stream. Oh yeah, I love it. Just simple. You have no idea how much time, if you've never done this, you have no idea how much time and effort you save when you can just pull from your stack of already put together bags and boards. One of the greatest ideas I ever come up with. Of course, I'm not the first person to do it, but generally when you think about doing it, you think about it on your own, because you're like, where did I put the stack of bags? Do I have enough boards? And you will never have the check Instagram big wheel. All right. See, this ain't an auction or anything, so I bet you that's you, Magoo. Let's see. Magoo says, I'm really wanting the whole lot. I can't wait that long. I would love to, but I'm trying to get them sold as soon as possible. And apparently I got a new subscriber, so whoever you are, thank you. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, when you put them together, you always have a bag or two that have a hole in them, or some piece of dirt's in there, and it's made it to where it's no longer smooth, or you got a blunted corner or a scrunch or somewhere on a board. So you never have the perfect 100 and 100 match. So you're always going to run out of one before you run out of the other. And if you like to double board a few things, like if, for example, these amazing Alex Ross Timeless variants, these things are beautiful. So I'm thinking about maybe putting one or two more boards in there and make it nice and tight for a display purpose. And if I do that, of course, I will have more bags than I do boards, because they're all in the same thing. So if you think you need 100, buy 200. If you think you need 600 or 700, buy 1,000. So I bought 1,000, because believe it or not, if you buy and sell with any degree of regularity, they go by fast. I mean, seriously, need to find someone to pay to bag and board. Yep. Warlord, what's going on? Let's see. It was okay. But anyway, so yeah, y'all you also always wind up needing more than you think because they go by really fast. I mean, anyone who gets a comic from like eBay or a mystery box. I mean, even the mystery boxes that I have that I send out, which are $40 shipped, by the way, the 40 for 40 box. Check my video. But even mine, I'll be the first to tell you, it is not. It does not behoove me to bag and board with a fresh, brand new bag and board every one of those books that I get in, because if I do, then all my money will go to bags and boards. So when I ship them out, except for a few certain books, maybe they're usually in the bag and board that they come in, unless it's damaged and I have to replace it. So yeah, I know there are some bagged and boarded books that are in those boxes that are not the prettiest bag and board to look at, but it's just not feasible to see. I think someone else popped in. No. Oh, you just got back from the LCS yourself. Yeah, that's actually what I did. I got back, and then JB did his thing, which I was on, and a few hours doing this and that, and I jumped on here. But yeah, hey, I'll go ahead and show you what I picked up at the LCS. I got the Alex Ross Timeless variants. I love Alex Ross. He's my favorite artist, bar none. So I ordered all of these. This is the Captain America one. I ordered every single one. A couple of them came damaged, so I'm waiting on replacements from the shop, and then a couple of them come, I think, next week or maybe the week after. And here's the Iron Man. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm going to be getting all the Alex Ross variants, and of course I'm signed up for Wolverine. I haven't read any of these yet, but I got Wolverine 5, and those are bats, by the way. He's dealing with vampires and stuff. It's pretty neat story they got going on right now. Apparently there's going to be a first appearance in either that issue or the next issue. Let's see. I also the only DC book I do is Batman. So I picked up issue 98 of Batman. And let's see. The last book I picked up was issue 99 of Batman. So I don't know if which one of those came out this week or last week, because I don't ever get to go weekly to the shop. But that's what I managed to pick up. Oh, and I also had I got some Walmart stuff too. So this is a special Walmart variant of ASM 33. It's actually in pretty nice condition. So you will see that for sale at some point. And I also managed to pick up the Walmart variant of Strange Academy #1. Now, it's not in as good a condition as I would like, though. But yeah, that will definitely be for sale later at some point. Don't think I'll spend the time and effort and money to get it graded because it needs a press. But even with that, it's not a 9.8, sadly, the Strange Academy. But oh well, it's still going to be worth some money. That thing goes for like $240 in a 9.8 right now. Let's see. Oh, Aggressively Relaxing, best name on YouTube. You're getting all those covers too. Okay. I know the feeling. Oh. But yeah, man, those variants, they're virgins, the Alex Ross Timeless variants, and the 1 in 100s are also virgins, but they're sketch versions that you can get. And I'd rather have them all, and I think they would look better in color. I mean, his sketches are awesome too, but they would look better in color, I think. So I'm just going to get the regular versions, and I already told my shop to get them all. And if he misses one or two, I'll be on the hunt. And I'm thinking about putting them on some sort of frame, and maybe have make a background of timeless variants whenever I get my other room there set up for YouTube and stuff. So I have a timeless variant background of Alex Ross books. I think that would look pretty cool, because I'm definitely not going to bother selling them. There's one that's a Strange Academy variant. It's either the Doctor Strange or the Scarlet Witch. One of those is a variant for Strange Academy 3 or 4 or something. And that one most likely will probably heat up, maybe because it's Strange Academy, just because it's a hot series right now. But I already told my LCS to get my regular copy that I always get of Strange Academy, because I'm buying the series in addition to the timeless variant, so I won't be out just in case. So I got myself covered there. And hey, hi there, what's going on, man? I'm just hanging out, shooting the breeze, occasionally dropping the link if anyone wants to join in. No one has to, but you know, someone wants to. There you go. I can talk out my butt pretty good, but it's always better when someone else is there. But anyway, so don't want to miss my Strange Academy. So I'm going to get the timeless variant and a regular copy. And I've got a first print #1. I sold my #1 J. Scott Campbell variant at my auction that I did. And well, thank you for not joining then, my good. We will all appreciate it. But anyway, so I have the #1. I have a second print that I sent off to get Scotty Young to sign it at the CGC thing. And then I have 2 third prints, and I'm going to be getting at least 2 of the 4th print, at least 2 of the 4th print. That way, you know, I'm covered, because the #1's hot right now. I'm thinking it's a great spec, possibly. And, you know, worst case scenario, the thing has 11 first appearances. 11 first appearances. So you can't go wrong. Yeah, I'm dyslexic. Sometimes the numbers don't follow what I say. But anyway, yeah, so I'm good to go on my Strange Academy. And I'm kind of curious to how long that series is going to go, because I like it. It's actually a good series. If you haven't read it, get whatever print you can get your hand on, a #1, or, well, I guess you could do digital, but I can't do digital. It hurts my eyes. Can't do the digital. But anyway, read the story, Strange Academy. It's a good story. And let's see. I had a thought in my head, and then it went away. It must have been scared or something. What was I thinking of? I don't know. Anyway. So someone ask a question or make a statement or something. I am only as good as you are. There are 4 of you watching. Someone asked me something. Doesn't necessarily have to be about comics. Big O came in with the Hulk 141 question. But you know, I got a story about that. I have a buddy of mine who got a copy of 141, Hulk 141, first appearance of Doc Samson, and I don't know why he picked that issue to do it, but for whatever reason, that issue he wanted to get signed by Lou Ferrigno. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm the kind of guy that, and unless someone had something to do with the book, I don't think they should sign it. So I don't know why he wanted Lou Ferrigno to sign that book. I mean, because it's a key, but he did. But he also bought another copy that's graded and everything that Lou didn't sign. So that's always good. So at least he has one that's good to go. See, when is my next auction? Sometime the end of September, if everything goes well. Let's see. Did you know that the Flash is the greatest superhero ever, hands down, Big Will? Well, no, I didn't, because he's not. You see, Wolverine is the best hero, hands down. Now, if you want to talk DC, okay, I'll give you Flash for DC. I can argue that if I had to. It's not true, but I could argue. You know what? Just for you, Magoo, next time I have an auction, I'm going to make sure that I have at least one Flash book for you. I promise you that. Next auction, I will have some kind of Flash book just for you. And I'll start it off as low as I can. There you go. Hand-eye coordination. So I'm almost, well, that wasn't weird at all. So I'm almost at the halfway point with this 100. So we're almost at 200. Good to go. Bagged and boarded. You know, since we're almost at the half mark, I will finish up. See, I pulled out about another 6 bags. I'll finish those real quick, and then I will show you all the books that I showed during JB's little mini auction that he just did. And if anyone's interested, you know, my stuff is in the description. I put my PayPal, my email, which is the same thing. Also put in my IG. And hey, Short Box, what's going on? Let's see. Woo, 6 people watching a guy struggle to bag and board. That's got to be hilarious. There we go. But anyway, yeah, I got 3 different facsimiles, a few Wolverines, and a Deadpool book that I will show you. They're all slabbed, and they're all what I think to be a good price. And hey, Gamers Land Auction, or Gamers Land Auction, Gamers Land Comics is here. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. That's a lot of emojis. Yes. So what do you think people have against the resealables? Because almost everyone I know of doesn't use resealables. John's Comics with Kids uses blue tape. Reggie, blue tape. Well, actually, I think he's got his own tape now, and it's red. So red tape. Just about everyone I know of uses the painter's tape or something, which is better than the regular Scotch tape. But why not get rid of the tape altogether and use resealable bags? Gotta love resealable bags. Oh, yeah, you do? Well, there we go. There's some people that know what we're talking about. Oh, yeah. Well, they're no longer printing Vimon. Well, I guess that's okay, Vimon, you know. Painter's tape for Mylars. Well, I don't buy Mylar, so I'm just going to take your word for it. I have nothing against them. It's just they're kind of expensive, and like I said earlier during this stream, most of my books are getting sold or they're getting slabbed. So I don't need to spend money on a Mylar. Although I might have to make an exception for that with these Alex Ross timeless variants. I don't know. I have to see what it looks like when I get all of them in. But don't quite have them all in yet. There's supposed to be, I think there's 25 timeless variants or something crazy like that. Yeah. What? And we got a bunch of resealable lovers in here. All right. Well, yeah, I've used both too, but I gotta say I am now a resealable only kind of guy. It's just I can't. All the arguments that I can think of or that people have for rather using tape, I'm pretty sure I can debunk and say resealable is just as good. I haven't heard a good argument yet that you shouldn't use a resealable bag, but there are plenty of reasons to not use tape, whether it's painters or not. Although I will admit, the painter's tape does not leave the tape pool as much or as bad as regular Scotch tape. Okay, so that's all that I had pulled out. I do have some more to put together, but I'll go through these books real quick. Good Lord, if I can reach them. So what I am trying to get rid of at the moment is this Brave and the Bold 28 facsimile in a 9.8. I also have the Wolverine 1 of his regular ongoing series facsimile in a 9.8. And by the way, if you think you know someone that might want one of these, I mean, if you don't buy one, that's okay. Spread the word. I have these, and I'm looking to get rid of them. And then I have, actually, this one goes with another one. I need to show it first. Here's my other facsimile. This is Batman 251, 9.8. Wanting to get rid of it. And all three of those, I'll do $45 shipped. $45 shipped. That's 30 for the thing and 15 shipping. So you're basically paying like regular cost on those. I mean, really. And then I also would do, hey, Flash Ray. Let me see. Bam. And then I also have Deadpool 11 in a CVCS 9.8. This is the Asgardian variant. Deadpool riding on a unicorn with a rainbow background. That's just funny. I'm sorry. But that is awesome. And let's see. Nope. Yeah, here we go. Well, actually, no. This one's going with another one. Well, that fell. Okay. We have Wolverine 1 Volume 3 in a CGC 9.8 that I will put together with a Wolverine Return of Wolverine #1, also in a 9.8. Those two will go together for $45 shipped. And then these two will go together for $45 shipped. Space Ghost #1, 9.6, Alex Ross awesomeness. And then we have Space Ghost number 5, one of the most beautiful covers there is to me, 9.6. These two together will be 45. And then the facsimiles, 45 shipped each, as well as the Deadpool 11 Asgardian variant. It's 45 shipped. All these are shipped prices. And that's what I'm rocking right now. I do have another few books, but they're actually, I didn't have anyone want them when I wanted them to want them. So right now they're on eBay. But these will not go on eBay. I'd rather just sell them to you guys, save fees and such, and just be done with it. So let me put all those back over here, and I will continue with the bagging and the boarding. Anyway, yeah, facsimiles, gotta love them. Yep. I've actually already sold. Well, not any of these. None of these have sold yet. But I did have 2 facsimiles that got sold. It was a Tomb of Dracula 10 and Giant Size X-Men #1 facsimile they sold. Yeah. No, Bungu, just those 3 that I specifically said are facsimiles. The Wolverine #1 from 1988, that's a facsimile. The Batman 251 is a facsimile. And the Brave and the Bold 28 is a facsimile. Everything else is real. Well, I mean, yeah, they're real comics. They're just high quality reprints that, unlike most reprints, also they'll reprint the ads and stuff. All that stuff's reprinted in there. And hey, Southern Comic Geek, and YouTube is 90. What's going on, fellas? Hey. So if anyone wants to join in here, I'm just bagging and boarding. There's the link. And I was showing off a few things I have. Buy it now. Got some facsimiles and some Wolverines and whatnot. And a really funky looking Deadpool. That's just, it makes me laugh. I actually have a framed deal up here of Deadpool riding a unicorn, galloping on a rainbow, firing a gun at camera. You know, like at camera. And it makes me laugh. The Asgardian variant reminds me of that, actually. Because, you know, he's on the unicorn. It's just funny. It's very Deadpool. It's kind of like, you know, when the first movie was coming out for Deadpool, he had either an Instagram or a Twitter. I forget which it is. And the only thing that Deadpool followed was Hello Kitty. That's hilarious. I don't know if there can ever be a advertising campaign as good as the Deadpool campaign for the first movie. That was just amazing advertising. Oh, that's all right, Flash Ray. I know. Believe me, with the time that it is, I know a lot of people on one coast are just getting off work, and the people on the other coast still have a few hours of work left. So I'm not worried. I understand. So no storms hit you, Jason. That's good. We've just been getting a lot of rain pretty much all day. Other than that, we've been fine over here. There we go. But speaking of the tape, you know, I do keep a roll of blue tape just in case, because you never know. And if anyone were to buy from me a single raw book, or, you know, just a couple raw books, I can't use my tension method to do without tape on those because it's too small, too thin. So if you buy something like that from me, yes, I will probably use tape, but it'll be the blue tape, painter's tape. Sunny in Allentown, PA. For some reason, I didn't figure you as being up there as a northerner, Magoo. Figured you for actually, I figured you for Florida. Oh wait, Billy Joel's from Allentown? Really? Huh. Learn something every day, I guess. Never really much of a Billy Joel fan. Oh, he had some good stuff, but meh. Where's but yeah. Oh, you're a Minnesota. You from up there? Okay. But yeah, that makes more sense. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you may not believe this, but I'm actually a metalhead as far as my musical preferences. But I'll listen to just about anything. Most of the time when I'm listening to the radio, it switches between classic country and classic rock. Actually, just not much call for metal radio. I mean, you don't really see it much. I mean, there are radio stations that will play the occasional song of that genre, but there's never one focused on it that I know. Again, Magoo, that makes perfect sense. No, I don't like tacos. I don't know how you know that, but no, I don't like tacos. And I mean, mariachi's okay, but I mean, you gotta be in the mood. Same thing with polka. Well, the classic rock station I listen to would consider both Foreigner and Metallica in the classic rock. Even though Metallica is, although they basically just play the Black Album though. If you ever notice that when someone's like, "Yeah, I know Metallica on the radio," it's what song? It's almost always the Black Album or one of the cover songs, like when they covered "Turn the Page" by Bob Seger. It's always the safe songs. Yeah, you almost never hear like Master of Puppets or oh crap, my mind's blank. Or the Four Horsemen. You never hear that stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, and everyone thought it was weird. Yep, that's the song. That's the song everyone plays if they play Metallica. That or Turn the Page cover. It's one of those. See, yeah, for the low price of $500. I do not own a gaming system. I don't do video games. I used to play a lot. I still I find it fun. I mean, it's still fun for me, but I just don't feel the need to buy a system because if I do that, then that takes away from trying to do YouTube, which I'm not very good at. I'll admit, trying to get better at it, or it'll take away from trying to do the comic thing. So I just don't really play anymore. Pretty much. Let's see. I'm good, but that is an awesome game though. I love the old Nintendo games. I remember playing that when I was a kid. If anyone's interested, here's the link if someone would want to join. But yep, just had a system, and Man, I haven't had a game system in like 3 years. But see, I was in gaming up until the PlayStation. Right when the PlayStation was dying down and the PlayStation 2 was starting to come, I got out, and then I got back in around 2006, 2007. That's when I got back in the game, or in the gaming world. So I missed the first generation of the Xbox. I missed PlayStation 2, and I think I missed the GameCube completely. I missed the Genesis. So that's pretty much it. Let's see. I would, but I'm still naked. So, well, thank you again for not joining. You drive. Hey, no one's gonna know he's up there in that cab. I mean, let's see. Yeah, I got the comments. Yeah. But I tell you, although the game things, according, if you ask Nerdy Girl, she'll tell you that, hey, the games are getting valuable and people are trading them on the secondary market like comics. But I don't know, man. It seems, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that. I want to use the word real, but obviously it's real. That's not. I don't know how to say what I'm wanting to say, but I'm going to stick with comics. It's like Funko Pops. A lot of people love the Funko Pops, but I don't really get it. So I don't do the Funko Pops. I just stick with my comics. That's it. And there's a whole world in the comic books that you can do, especially if you're a collector. Like if you get, a run, the current run of something, great. If you want to go in deeper, you can get classic runs of stuff. You can also be a key collector, buy only those. There's different genres of comics like pre-code horror, golden age westerns, bronze age horror, the superhero, love and romance comics. And then even more narrow than that, you can get to specific artists, specific writers, specific companies, a lot of different stuff. So I just stick with the comics. Let's see. They see really good on eBay, correct? I flipped them a lot. Well, hey man, if you are in the know, then by all means, more power to you. But I am not in the know with classic game systems, and rather than try and be a master of none and a common man with many, or however that quote is, I'm just going to focus on one thing and try and do it really well. But it does make you mad when you realize you threw out and sold all your old games for nothing. I remember there was this place in a mall back in the day that would buy your old video games and consoles and everything. And I brought in a briefcase. I brought in my PlayStation, my original PlayStation, not the shrunk down version, the regular big block box PlayStation, and I had like 20 games, and I got like, I think $60 for the whole bit. So yeah, I realize in hindsight I could have got a lot more, like maybe $150, $200 or something. Magoo, you are a madman. Let's see, I got some stuff on my phone here. Let's see who's wanting to say hello. Someone started following me. Another guy liked the video. And subscribe to my channel. Let's see who this guy is. Let's see. CHJ Unlimited. Huh. He's got 3 videos. Not very many views. Only 12 subscribers. Well, now he's got 13. I'll sub him up. Let's see. Chris Harless. No picture, no videos, only 5 subs. I will hold off on subbing up you, sir. You never know. You got to be careful sometimes. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, I wasn't anywhere. I was bagging the board. So anyway, it's a rainy day here. Been overcast the entire day and been raining almost constantly. And I am in Alabama, so we are the central time zone. It is 4:12 here. I know Southern Comic Geek's still in the chat. I know he's in Mississippi, so that, I believe, is also central. I think central is like the widest time zone. Yeah. And so central is the widest time zone, I believe. And then I think we actually have 5 time zones in the United States, because there's the 4 time zones in the continental U.S., and I think Hawaii has its own time zone. Pretty sure it does. But it's the only one, I think, that follows it that's a state. So, I mean, unless you want to just say, screw you, Hawaii, I guess we have 4. But you could say we have 5 if you count Hawaii, I think. I think Alaska is still Eastern. All of Alaska, I think. I'm not sure. It's a pretty big state. Texas ain't got nothing on Alaska. Yeah. Well, we're whittling it down here. We're getting close to 200 bags and boards put together. And again, if anyone is interested in those books or anything, just let me know. Information is below. And I also still have 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. I still have like 10 more 40/40 boxes if anyone's interested in one of those. By the way, Magoo, I know I sent you one. Will we be getting a video? Because I'd love to see your reaction. And I would hope that you're satisfied with your purchase. And I know Flash Ray, you said you're going to be doing if you're still here, you had mentioned you're going to be doing a video. If you guys do a video, I will be putting it in my playlist. I created a playlist for the 40/40 boxes, so as people get them and open them and I make them, you know, we'll get to see the reaction of people, and hopefully they're all good. I mean, you guys have no idea how nervous I am putting something like that together and then sending it out, because I get really nervous. I hope they like it. I hope it's okay, because you never want a bad customer experience. You never want to have a negative experience when it comes to a customer, because that usually means they hate you now and they will tell other people to not do business with you. So it's really, you got to really treat your customers better than family sometimes, just to make sure everything's okay. So I get really nervous when I put something like that, my 40/40 box together, and I comfort myself with the fact that you're paying $1 a book. You know, it's $40, and I send you 40 books. So You're only paying $1 a book. So in theory, there's almost no way for you to be unhappy because they only have to be worth $1 each. And pretty much every book is that exists is worth $1 unless it's in crappy condition. So I'm always nervous, but I try and think of it as I set a low bar for myself, but I still get nervous. And I hope everyone enjoys their box if you buy one. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I know, man. But still, I get nervous when I put one of those together, and they should all have a value more than the $40 you're spending. I mean, really, because it's not all my crap books that I'm throwing in there. It's yes, there are some crap books, but there's also some books that I just don't want to fool with. Like, depending on how prices are for some of this stuff that's like Walmart variant and whatnot that I got, depending on what I think I might could get for it in that condition, they may wind up in one of those boxes. I know there's some Silver Age. Oh, excuse me. There's some Silver Age stuff I put in those boxes. Like JB got a Silver Age Fantastic Four. There is a not Fantastic Four. There's a Silver Surfer, Silver Age in one of the boxes. There's a Aquaman Silver Age book in one of those boxes, and that's because those are hard to sell on their own for any value that amounts to anything. Like I could sell the Aquaman to somebody, in a pop-up style even for $5, but it's worth up to, $30-$40. And I don't think I could get someone to pay that for a random Aquaman issue. But if I put it in the mystery box and someone gets it, they'll be ecstatic because they're thinking everything's worth $1 and then they get that. Whether they sell it or not doesn't make any difference. It's the fact that it's inherently has more value than what they paid. So that's why I put those in the boxes. Let's see. I got a Spider-Man head. Well, they're all Spider-Man. Portion of it there, which I was fine with. I liked oh, well, thank you. Yeah, they're all of them at the moment are Spider-Man heavy. But hopefully here in the next week or two, especially if I can sell these books that I showed y'all earlier, that'll really go a long way in helping me replenish the stockpiles, as it were. And I'll be able to make some more boxes as well as sell other stuff, auction style and whatnot. And they will not be Spider-Man heavy. They'll probably be something else heavy, but anyway, like I said, if all the boxes have a date on them of a month and year, and if you get a box from August, it will be Spider-Man heavy. Now, most of them should have something in there other than Spider-Man, but that's the main thing that they'll be Spider-Man. And if you guys have been paying attention to when JB opened his 40/40 box, if you notice, he's been selling a lot of those in his pop-up. And believe it or not, he's actually been getting $1 or more for some of them. Today he sold a few for like $2 each, and there was a few of them that he sold for $5 each. So that helps me be more confident that people will be happy or at least satisfied with the boxes. And if anyone is interested, I have a video on my channel all about the 40/40 box. It's less than 6 minutes long. But essentially, all you do is you send me an email saying, hey, do you have a box? And then I'll say, yes, I do. Then you'll use that same email address, which is in the description below, to send me $40. And then you'll send me a separate email to the same email address that just says your address on it, so I'll know where to ship it to. And then I will ship you 40 comics for $40. And that's all there is to it. you do get 2 guarantees with every box. I guarantee you there'll be 40 books, and they will all be bagged and boarded. Maybe not the fresh bags and boards, but they will all be bagged and boarded. And if you are a little iffy on that, you can ask Flash Ray. I think he can back me up. And you can see JB's unboxing. And once Flash Ray uploads his, and Magoo, you got a box. I don't know if you're going to be doing a video or not. And Rob Boswell got a box. I don't know if he'll be doing the video. I hope they do. And if they do, and if and when, I will add that to the playlist of the 40/40 box. So yeah, and it's not all 90s stuff either. Even though it's Spider-Man heavy, you'll find Spider-Man from like the 80s, the 90s, maybe some 2000 stuff. I mean, yeah. 90 has a box. You made a box? What kind of box you got, 90? No, there is no 90 box. Well, I tell you, it was going to be the 50/50 box, and I was going to be like half and half, and advertise it like that. But then I found out the way I package, I can't fit 50 in a medium flat rate, but I can fit 40. And I got to thinking, alcohol, whiskey, all that, the 40 ounces and all. So I thought the 40/40 box would be a good name. And when I get to advertising it, more, I can use like whiskey or something to advertise with. I just thought that'd be kind of a cool way of advertising it. But yeah, it was going to be the 50/50 box, but we had to go with 40/40. And like I said, I have 10 more ready to go if anyone would be interested. And I also have those slabs good to go. $45 shipped. Think about that. That's $30 for the slab. Most books are going to cost you with shipping and everything and insurance. If you were to slab it yourself, it's going to cost you $30. And then, you got to pay the shipping. So there's you another 15. So I'm basically letting them go at cost pretty much. So $45 shipped for those slabs. And a few of them are 2 slabs. The Return of Wolverine and the Wolverine 3rd volume #1 go together for $45. And the Space Ghost issues #1 and #5, 9.6, both of those books slabbed, $45 shipped. And of course, everything else is one book. But I think it's a good deal. So far, though, no takers. But that's okay. Someone will want them at some point. Just got to keep at it. Keep advertising. Of course, I didn't think about it. I might want to. I don't know if I should go to see about BLC's auction or not. Sometimes I'm on other people's auctions. It's rare, but occasionally I jump on. And when I do, I don't stay but an hour or two. I just can't do them long auctions, man. I don't know how they do it. To be honest with you. That's why when I do mine, I make sure it's 2 hours or less, because I just don't like having to do for more than a couple hours at a time. And then some of them take so long for the auctions that there are people who have fallen asleep. I have fallen asleep before watching one of the auctions. It's always funny to me. There's a lot more nowadays too. It used to be just the one with BLC and Thoro on Saturdays, and the New York Warriors. Then you had Strictly jump in. But now there's like an auction every day, every night, everything. So the that's good. More people are participating. The only bad thing is that it splits all the buyers. So all the auctions, especially if there's two or three going on at the same time, very few people put up multiple windows, apparently, because there's never that many in there. And if there is that many in there, the percentage buying versus how many are there is way off. Like there was a couple auctions where I saw there was over 400 people in the stream. There was only like 20 buyers. So that's a huge difference in percentage. But it's good there is participation. And the good thing about that is if you ever need to sell something, there's an auction that'll probably have you. If you ever want to buy something, there's probably an auction going on. I know all these guys that don't live near a LCS or have one close probably love it because they're able to just buy like an LCS, like from JBE and maybe the Symbiotes or something, and get all their books that way. I try to differentiate myself, though. I don't know how good I am at that job of differentiating myself, but I'd like to think I'm fairly different. I try to sell everything quickly. I never take more than 2 hours when I do one, and I also don't do one more than once a week or more than even weekly. I usually am going to have one maybe once a month. So I hopefully plan on there being one the end of this month, but we have, a little over half a month before, about half a month exactly before that decision has to be made. And it also depends on when I get my books back from CGC. I have a pre-screen of 25 books at CGC now, as well as that one I was telling you about for Scotty Young. And they're supposed to have an ASM 361 for me, but they have yet to put it in their system as received. And I'm starting to get worried because it should have got there like a week ago. But yet CGC is notorious for not putting things in received when they should. And then I have some books that are being graded at the moment at CBCS. And I'm waiting for them to get out of grading, and hopefully they'll be shipped back within the next week. I'm hoping. And what those are some books that I got and one that I bought that have signatures on them. And I have no idea if the signatures are real or not. I would assume they are. And I think one or two of them came with an actual COA. So what I did was I sent them to CBCS to get them all slabbed. They should come back, worst case 9.6. Most likely they'll be 9.8s. And hopefully they'll all get verified as being a real signature. There's John Romita, Sr., there's Benjamin Percy, the writer for Wolverine, and a Paul Dini signature that I got over there. Let's see. Yeah. Well, actually, the month long to get it to grading, that actually isn't so bad. But not putting it as received when it gets there, boy, that they ought to have a system in place of some kind where, within X number of days, they'll put it received in the system. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I were running a business like that, I would promise you it would take 6 weeks to grade. if it was actually taking 4, that way it could take 5 and I still be under what I promised you. And if it's going to take, 2 weeks to get it in received, then I would advertise that it's going to be 3 weeks. Just give yourself that cushion. I don't know how CGC does it, but I hope they don't have it where it's going to take them 6 weeks literally, and then they promise you 6 weeks. So when it takes 6 weeks in a day, you're like, you said, you know what I'm saying? So I hope they don't do it like that, but something tells me they probably do. So anyway. Well, my SM300, yeah, man, that thing's worth a pretty penny. I can understand you wanting that one back. But my 361 is probably going to be best case scenario, it's like a 9.4. So it ain't the big money, but hey, that's still well over $100. So I definitely want that thing back. I don't really want it back for me, though. I want to sell it and get the money out of it. That's why I want it back. You will find if you talk to me that I only have – there are only a few, and when I say few, I mean like 5 books that I actually want. And then there's only one book that I know I will never sell. That book is a CGC 9.8 Wolverine 177. That book is special to me, so I will never sell it. And it doesn't hurt that it's basically worthless. That also helps me to not sell it. It's not worth anything. But pretty much any other book that I have, if the price is right, I'll sell it. Like right now, I'm selling off pretty much everything I have except characters' first appearances that I want to collect. Like I want Wolverine's first appearance, so I got to get that. I want Power Girl's first appearance. I actually already have that, but I want it in a better grade. Then there's Plastic Man, Deadpool, and X-23. I want to get all those first appearances. So I'm selling all the other books that I have in order to fund getting those. Which is what the slabs I was showing you guys are for, is to help me take care of all that stuff. Which for those of you who have just now joined, if you back up a bit, I actually go through and show you a bunch of slabs that I'm selling at a flat price of $45 shipped. I think it's a good deal. That's a good one. What If 105? That thing's climbed up past few years as well. Yeah, any of that spider stuff with the Spider-Verse and all seems to be getting a little crazy. Which is the Day of Superman. You're going to have to refresh me. What do you mean? You mean the Death of Superman, or like which book are you meaning? If you're talking about the 105, I actually think it's kind of ugly myself. Well, that's just my opinion, though. Like I forget which Batman is it? It's Batman or a Detective Comics. I forget which one. Oh crap, I'm going blank. It's the one that Neil Adams did a homage to the Detective Comics 33. I forget the number of that one. But anyway, that's a book that everyone loves the cover on. I think it's just such a nice looking cover. I think it's ugly. I'm talking about butt ugly. Ugly as balls of a donkey covered in sweat. Like, I think it is a horrible cover. But, to each their own. like you say. And hey, Varangian Vigilante. Hello. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, whoop. And see, here's what I was talking about. We have this. This is my last board that I have here, and it's got some. I don't know if you can tell that, or can you? Oh yeah, you see that bend right there? There's the bends, and then it's also got some issues right there. You can, yeah, you can see that. Not very well, but you can see that. So this is going to be thrown away, which means I have an extra bag, and I don't want an extra bag lying around, so I will just put this in there and throw the bag away as well. And that is one way of taking out your trash. And let's see. Oh, wow. That left me a lot of them. They must have miscounted the boards, or they overcounted the bags. Because let's see, I have here a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 extra bags. Wow. Well, all righty then. I'll just set. I don't want to throw away 8, and maybe by the time I get to the end of all my bagging and boarding, I'll be a little more even, or have a bunch of bags or boards to throw away. But that's it, folks. That is my other 100 bags and boards put together. So I now have. Well, actually, I've used some of them for like the books that I got today, but I basically have 200 ready to go. And that's it. I'm done. I mean, well, I'm not done. I got others. I got another 800 I could do, but I'm not doing all of them at once. That'd be horrible. So, by the way, in case anyone's wondering, this is I just used the plain Jane Ultra Pro silver resealable bags. I always use silver size because it fits, well, silver, obviously. And then modern is smaller than silver, so modern books will go in there as well. So that's it. Again, in the description of this video, you will find my my PayPal, my email, my IG. If you're interested in any of those slabs, please let me know. I'm trying to get them sold this week. So I don't know if I'll be back on today, but I will probably be on before the weekend is out. Trying to sell some stuff. I might be able to get on Big Lion Cat's auction. I don't know. We'll have to find out later. But that's it, folks. I'm just going to end it here. I'd have to get up. The boards are over there. The bags are here. Didn't have enough room. So I'm just going to end it. Thanks, everyone, for joining me in the chat. I appreciate y'all. And we will see you guys later.